do you open up a market in balanced trade? People think it's impossible. They've always thought it was impossible until President Trump came on the scene and changed the way things work. You don't understand who's the President of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done because he understands business, he understands deals, and that's why we're here today.
And that's right. We are here because the president just made a big deal with the United Kingdom. What's up, everybody? This is Trevor with Green Money Momentum, back again with another video, and the market soared green today. We anticipated this as there was this post last night, which we just made a video about. It was an urgent warning to all investors to be ready for the big announcement that was coming this morning. So at 10 a.m. at the Oval Office, there was a major trade deal made out. This was between the U.S. and the United Kingdom. We could see here on screen just some of the numbers and how it has been greatly improved. And so the markets in general soared up today. When we just look at the major indexes right here, we have the triple Qs, big pop there. And then when we also look at the S&P, this is at the SPY, we could see a pop there. So some big gains in both the major indexes and in the overall market. So we have really soared green today. And this is just continuing the great W recovery that we are seeing in the markets. And we have been anticipating this through this year. So if you've been following this channel, I have been talking about how with the tariffs, they aren't going to be as bad as many investors are fearing. So with each set of tariffs when they were originally announced and with Liberation Day, there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the markets. Many investors thought the price of avocados was going to be like $1,000 per avocado. People were freaking out. But with each set of tariffs, they have been rolled back and a better deal has been made, just bettering the stance of the United States and the overall world. Of course, nobody likes being ripped off, and having more fair and balanced trade is a huge positive. And so just the announcement of this has sent the markets roaring today, including one of our favorite plays on this channel, DJT, not the president, but the stock. And so currently DJT has had a nice pump today, up 4.63% along with the rest of the market. And when we zoom out on DJT and look at the long-term technical analysis, I have talked about this for a long time, how we are right around the major support when it comes to DJT. So the major support in this stock is between around $21 to $27. Just when we look at the long term, we can see that this spot is a spot where the chart has bounced multiple times. So we are right back at that level. DJT gaining a lot of value. Again, this stock, we have been talking about how we believe in the intrinsic value behind this stock, how we are investing because of all the different business moves that the stock is making. But many investors look at this just as a meme stock opportunity, and they look at it behind the name of President Donald J. Trump. So just having the same initials and it being his stock, it moves with the momentum of what's happening in the market and with the president. So with Donald Trump being the most popular man in the world right now, we are seeing a big momentum pump there. And overall, we could be seeing more of a momentum pump. But we do know just weeks ago, Trump media is urging regulators to investigate hedge funds' vast bet against the stock. So a lot of potential naked short selling has been happening in DJT. And in my personal belief, this is why the stock hasn't ran up more. So when we just look at the history of the stock for a long time, we were stuck in a sideways channel here. And that was because when we had this massive rise going into the elections, the stock started to get halted and manipulated really bad, causing the sell-off that we most recently saw. And then with overall macroeconomic conditions, but the markets are pushing forward. So we can see that the tariff announcement today, the positive news, was huge for the markets, very green. The markets this year have been freaking out about tariffs and interest rates. So a positive today when it comes to tariffs. Hopefully we see some more big negotiations soon. What happened today should definitely influence some other countries to also make a deal with the United States. The other thing on the table when it comes to fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and what has drawn the markets down this year is, of course, the interest rates. We know that the interest rates are going to hold steady. So the big FOMC meeting was yesterday. Jerome Powell said that they are not not cutting the rates right now, but they will look at it in the future. So the market rate is holding steady there. Hasn't been any rate cuts this year, and Trump has been pushing for those rate cuts. So we know he has been insulting Jerome Powell, trying to force his hand to finally cut rates. If the rate cut does finally come, which is anticipated possibly next month, we could see even more of a rise in the markets. But Trump did also write this on Truth Social today. He said that too late, Jerome Powell is a fool who doesn't have a clue. Other than that, I like him very much. That's really funny right there. He says oil and energy way down, almost all costs. Groceries and eggs down, virtually no inflation, tariff money pouring into the U.S., the exact opposite of too late, enjoy. And this personally is why I like Trump so much. He is just such an entertaining personality, such a comedian. These types of things that he says is so funny. It does upset a lot of individuals because it's just a brash way of talking. I mean, he's straight up just calling out the head of the Fed there, but that is hilarious. We also saw this on Truth Social today. He said that today is an incredible day for America as we deliver our first fair, open, and reciprocal trade deal. So that is huge. Again, the markets are soaring green today. He says something our past presidents never cared about. Today, with our strong ally, the United Kingdom, we have reached the first historic trade deal since Liberation Day. As part of this deal, America will raise $6 billion in external revenue from 10% tariffs, $5 billion in new export opportunities for our great ranchers. Says America is open for business. And again, this is right aligned with what we have been saying with our president. We just need to give him some time. This year, there has been so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And again, a lot of Americans angry at Trump because the markets have gone down some. But we have been talking about on this channel how these are just great buying opportunities and a blessing for us investors with a long picture mentality. So overall, my portfolio was very green today, along with the overall market. And so I was very happy with the news today, but I would be curious to hear everyone else's opinion. So please drop a comment in the section below on what your portfolio looked like if you're in DJT or any other plays, or just your overall opinion on the market. So please drop that comment. Please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.